Microsoft just released best open source 3D AI generator, 1536 mesh resolution, 4K textures, PBR materials, and even support of transparency, all in one open source model. Is that for real? I'm Steph, and we're gonna figure it out right now. Alright guys, awesome news. Today Microsoft released Trellis version 2, and this is amazing. Let's quickly take a look on the announce page, and then we're gonna test it together, compare with another open source models, and break down all the features. So first of all, presentation is impressive. The first thing that we can see is that there is increased resolution, and this is actually very cool. So it's not only 1536p, which is basically the first open source model supports anything like this, but it also efficient in terms of memory consumption, which is amazing. Another thing, what they call arbitrary topology handling, that understand topology from inside, understand open surfaces, non-manifold stuff, which is supposed to be very cool. I saw some examples of this like this, and this looks insane. I didn't generate anything like this yet, but sounds super cool. They also mentioned that they handle thin geometries very well, so I will definitely a lot of tests to figure out how good it is, like this example. Another thing, of course, they do support PBR materials. What is actually insane that they made support of transparency. Guys, there is no even paid AI that do support transparency, so we're definitely gonna test it super soon. Here's how it's supposed to look with the water or glass. I mean, look super exciting. Now also they did some innovation in a way how they create 3D asset, and mainly there is more optimized compression and so-called O-voxel, which is a new representation that is better optimized, requires less tokens compared to alternatives, and make it possible for us to get higher resolution on consumers grade GPU. At least that's what they say. Now if we take a look on a GitHub, the most interesting thing of course is how much VRAM I need to run this guy. It only tested on Linux, but I think we'll figure it out like within Docker or something, and they say there's a minimum 24 gigabytes of memory, but they only tested it on A100H100. So guys, I already did a test, and I reveal if this is true or not in the end of this video. But now let's give it a try. So on Hugging Face you can do a free generation, like 1-2 free generation. It looks like this. We add an image, we choose the resolution, so you really can choose 1536. You choose the decimation, the final poly count up to 500,000, and you choose a texture size. So it's like 4K, 2K, 1K, 3K, and some advanced settings. So I already did a generation, and here is one example. Already not bad in terms of shape. Actually, I would say like it's really good one. But let me run another example to see how it works and explain some interesting things. I'm really excited about transparency. So how about we do a fishbowl? I will choose this settings. Maybe let's try 300k polygons and 2k texture. Let's press generate. I do have Pro, so it still uses 0 GPU. But on free account, I believe on Hugging Face you can do at least 2 generations. So first your image converted to O-voxel and then generated in SLAT format. And here we go. It actually gives you a preview, so you can take a look what it generated. And guys, this is a transparency is from what I see. I mean, it looks super interesting. I still see some shading stuff. Those are artifacts from SLAT decompression. And now we have to extract GLB. Yes, this is like a two-step thing. So first it generated its internal format, even gives you a preview, but to use it, there is another step that basically converted into GLB. It reminds me a bit the way SAM3D from Meta works, and if you didn't watch the video yet, definitely do. And they create like Gaussian splatting and then bake it into geometry. So here is a little bit different. There is just another voxel representation called SLAT, and then the baking process happening. And so far I can see they say like it's right now takes quite a lot, and they keep improving it, because overall right now on top GPU it takes almost 2 minutes, which is a lot. And here's our model. So there is no transparency, right? But there is a thing. If we go to their documentation, we can see that GLB is exported opaque mode by default, but there is an alpha channel and color texture, so we just need to enable it manually. Why not enable it here? I don't know, but let's download the model and let's see if it works in Blender. So I'm gonna drop GLB that I loaded to Blender. I'm gonna enable viewport shading. Now I'm gonna go to the model shading, and here I have this base color texture, and I will just connect alpha channel to the alpha input. Let's zoom into the model, and guys, there is transparency. It is for real. I'm speechless. This is again, like, this is the first time I see 3D AI basically understand the shape with the transparency and able to export it. Yes, it is not perfect, but guys, it reconstructed the bowl. How cool is that? And there is like, you can zoom in and you can see the Nemo here. Wow, I mean, this is insane. Guys, this is hype for real. Now guys, about deploying, I actually duplicated space on Trellis. Basically it's same as you trying to install locally, and I enabled A10G with 24GB VRAM, which they say is minimal required. And let's try to do something on my space because free usage is limited. Let's try this wither staff. All right, same settings. It will be a little bit slower, right? It's not H100, and it crashed. So apparently from my tests, doesn't matter what settings you use, it crashed on the moment of render, so because of memory. So you can see here is like out of memory error. Perhaps it's not yet optimized, it's just first day of the release. I guess we'll definitely see quantized or versions or turbo versions, I don't know. But for now, 24 is not enough. And to be honest guys, while preparing models, I faced so much errors and crashes. Frankly speaking, almost half crashed on Hugging Faces. I think it's not yet optimized and have some bugs, which will be definitely fixed soon. For those who want to test it right now, I of course already uploaded on top3d.ai, and here we can take a look on some examples that I prepared. It took me hours, guys. It took me 5 hours to prepare 25 models. I hope you like them. If you go to compare, you can choose Trellis and any other model. So let's compare with Hunyuan 2.1, another open source. It is generated a bit darker, and of course the resolution there is not even close. Same goes for SAM3D. Again, it's not a website problem. SAM3D just generate models darker than they are, and here is the Trellis model. I guess we can definitely say it's best open source model, so we can even try to compare it, like let's say with Hunyuan 3.0. Top 2 model overall, and look how good the result is. It's like it's super close. I would say in this case I even like the Trellis more. Let's try another example. You can choose tests here. All right, so here we go. I mean, they almost identical. I think like here is maybe a little bit more sharper, a little bit less sharp in details, but I mean, that's super cool. This is the open source, and this is the closed source. So really good one, I would say in this test even. Okay, so here we have a camera. Okay, so Hunyuan did not do text right, and so did Trellis. All right, so with the text, I guess some problems. Backside more logical on Hunyuan. I don't know what's that, like look terrible. Not that the reconstruction I expected. So in this case, Hunyuan definitely wins. Here we have another one. Still here, I would say Hunyuan is better, like this part, right? So this one is actually very good, but I think this one I like the backside much more. It's more logical. A little bit about characters. Well, this girl, she is shocked how good Trellis is, right? Look at her eye. This is definitely really good. I mean, for the open source model, this is really, really, really good. And see, like all these parts on the backside, yeah, they are disconnected, but they are in place. And here's the Hunyuan model. Okay, like this is a really good result. So, I mean, Trellis, good job, but still Hunyuan. Let's try this one. And here I was actually a little bit shocked. Look how good it is in terms of details. Wow. And the solid mode. Wow. So I mean, look, the head is even more detailed, more sharp than Hunyuan. Just amazing, just bravo. Super cool, super impressive. And let's do last one. Here we go. Also not bad, but I really like materials more on the Hunyuan, and probably the shape of the face, right? But overall, the details, the flowers and stuff, is also really good. And again, guys, we're comparing closed source with the open source. Hunyuan actually did the global release, but they also soon to be paid. And Trellis will be free while you have enough GPU. Guys, that was Steph. Let me know in the comment what you think about new Microsoft model. Subscribe to be first to know about releases in 3D AI. Ciao.